It's very, very rare to get a 400 Chevy motor in my dyno. So we're gonna get it running. Let's get it tested. Let's see what it does.
It's another beautiful day at Nick's garage. The sun is shining, the doors are open, and the place is full of muscle cars. Today, Nick is working on something a little unusual around here. He has a Chevy 400 on the dyno for testing.
Welcome to Nick's garage, and of course back into my dining room. I have a guy that came in here. His name is Charles. He's from Newfoundland, Labrador. I believe he's also a viewer on our channel, and he had this 400 small block Chevy, which is a 400 cubic inch right from Chevrolet, which is a mid-70s engine, I believe it is. It's a non-stroker. It's a 400 cubic inch. He had it built by this company that doesn't do many racing engines here in Montreal. So he decided to come and visit his mother here in Montreal and also pick up his engine. And then he decided to drop off the engine to put on the dyno. Sure, he brought it here, but there's a lot of little things that were missing. For example, he brought me the distributor on the side. No oil. The engine was not primed. There's a lot of little things. For example, I had to install on the bolt that was missing on the harmonic balancer. Then I installed this distributor. I got him a clamp that he was missing to hold down the distributor, so when we adjust the timing, it stays in place. Another thing he was missing was the engine dipstick, so I got him an engine dipstick. And of course, the biggest part is to break in the cam, which, maybe he wasn't familiar with it. You have to add zinc in the oil and all that. Anyways, I was here early this morning. I got the engine running. I got it to break in the cam. Everything seemed well. There's no leaks, no vibrations. Everything seems good. So right now I just got it warmed up and I just wanted to make a test. I haven't tested it yet. And he didn't ask me if he was looking for horsepower or anything like that. But I noticed on idle, his vacuum is very low. So he's got a little bit of a radical camshaft. So what kind of power is he gonna make? I do not know. He's got a dual plane intake manifold from Welder. And we are using the shop Holley high performance carburetor, which is a 750 CFM, and the headers that I have in-house are 1 3/4 inch. So there you have it. The guy's a simple engine. He wants to know what's going on. So I try to do a complete package for him, break it in, fix it up, tune it, and of course when he takes it home, all he has to do is drop it into his car. And the 400 Chevy small block was not introduced to General Motors or Chevrolet for a performance engine. They got the 350, they got the big block 454, but the 400, I believe, were like in the mid-size car, or should I say like the big cars, the Chevy Impala Biscayne or big station wagons. I'm not so sure, but that was the 400 engine. It was not built for performance. But this one here, my client Charles, he decided to do something with it because he's starting out with a 400 cubic inch instead of 350. And of course he upgraded the cylinder heads, intake manifold, camshaft. So now we can call it a performance 400 small block Chevy non-stroker. So if you guys want to stand by, if you're interested, let's start making a few tests, which I haven't started yet. Let's see how it goes. After all, it's a 400 Chevy. It's not a high performance engine, but of course he installed the aluminum heads, intake and rockers and whatever. He's got a cam in there. I do not have a specs on it because this place that built the engine for him, I asked him, did he give you a file or a dossier or anything like that? And his spec sheet, he has nothing. So I'm starting blind, but you know what? Let's do some testing and find out what we have. Are you guys ready? Let's go. All right, here we go. Put my O2 sensors on. Okay, this is on, this is on. Let's go, fuel pump, ignition, and starter. Okay. It's a pretty loud engine. Check the oil pressure. In case you wanted to know, a 400 is an external balanced engine. It's got the harmonic balance that's designed for 400, and I also have to supply a special flywheel. It's also external balance counterweight on it. So we've got on the flex plate, not a flywheel, it's a flex plate, and we wanted to make sure there's no vibrations. This is the right setup, and let's see how it goes. We're gonna start at just for the initial. Okay, we just broke it in the cam. We're gonna take it at 3,000. We're gonna start at 3,000, go to 5,000, and this is gonna be my very first test. Okay. I'm ready to shoot it. Here we go. Everything went well. All pressure is good. And here we are. Let's see what we got here. Well, pretty good. We still need to go to higher RPM. So far, it seems like it's going to get a goal of 1 horsepower per cubic inch. Looks pretty good. So let's bring it now to 5,500 RPM. Here we go. And now we're going to take it to 5.5. Seems like it needs to rev a little bit more. The oil pressure is good. Let's check the air fuel ratio. Let me just take a look. It's a bit on the lean side, 13.4, 13.5. Okay, here we go. 389.7 HP at 5,000 RPM and still climbing. So that means now we're gonna take it to 5,500. Let's make another test. Here we go, we're gonna start at 3,000, go to 5,500 RPM at 300 RPMs per second. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. Put the fan on. Okay, ignition, fuel pump, starter. Pretty loud. Here we go. RPM. Okay. Let's turn it off. Okay, here we go. It looks like I got stuck at the 383. We did more horsepower before. Well, let's cool it down. We're gonna make another test. You know what? Since I got 389, let's try to get 400 out of this thing. I'm gonna advance the timing just a bit more. I got 34 degrees on it. I'm gonna advance it a couple of degrees to see if we get a little bit more power than this. I like to get the 400 for Charles. All right, I'm just gonna guess my 2 degrees advance, which I'm pretty good at. I'm gonna go do it right away. Actually, I better put my timing line on because I just gotta be sure. I just love it, eh? When that engine screams like that, I just love it. Yeah, whatever. Okay, here we go. Let's check the timing. I believe that the distributor moved on its own, so let's go through it to make sure I got the right timing. Here we go. Okay, I'm hoping to hit 400 with this. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it, man. I want to show you this guy's got a cam in it because look, at about 1,000 RPM, we only have about 12 inches of vacuum. Now, does this car have power brakes? I do not know. I did not select the cam. I did not build this engine. So anyways, let's look for the horsepower. Let's go. Here we go. Yes, yes, we did it. Right here. Nice. I knew the timing backed off on its own. There it is. Neat, very neat. Got the 400. So we got a little bit more than 1 horsepower per cubic inch. Well, you know what? Maybe that's the timing a little bit more. Bring it to 38, see what it does. After all, we hit the 400 mark. I'm happy. So I'm going to call a client later on. But anyways. And now I'm not going to touch the timing. I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to put on my turbine. I just want to measure some efficiencies. And that's it. And after that, it will take one more test. If it goes well, I'll call on my client to come in tonight or this afternoon, take a test with him and see what he wants to do after that. But from what I see, everything looks pretty good. We got 400 plus horsepower and it's 400 cubic inch. Actually, it's a 406. You know, it's a 406 cubic inch. So let's try to get 406. Come on. Let's not give up. After all, I like a challenge. And I want to get that 400 horsepower for him. And this one measures efficiencies on the engine. It measures air fuel ratio, not with the O2 sensor, but it's on its own. So I'm going to take some notes, especially on the efficiencies. I want to see the volume efficiency on it. So I'm going to make one test with this. Let me hook it over here. Let me hook it over here too. There we go. This is good. This is good. You know, I like to make printouts for my client. I like to give them my own file on it. I don't know what kind of rockers he's got in there. I know it's a hydraulic flat tappet cam. I don't have the specs until he comes this afternoon. Anyways, in the meantime, he's be heading back to Newfoundland this weekend, I believe. So I got it on the dyno yesterday, broken the cam this morning. I'm doing some testing right now. Everything seems pretty good. So right now my goal is I want to get 406 HP, so I could say it's 1 horsepower per cubic inch. Let's go. I gotta bring down the RPM actually. It's a bit too high. Here, let me bring it down a bit. Take a look. Here we got it idling about 12. Oh, it's a bit too high. I don't know if it's an automatic car. I don't know if it's a 4-speed car. But anyway, she's got 15 inches vacuum at 1200 RPM. All right, here we go. Let's make a test now with the turbine. Here we go. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Here it is. 405, 404.7, 405. Torque numbers are at 4. The torque is pretty good. 430. It's got a rather high. 40. This torque numbers look. It's pretty flat. Here, let's go on the graph. There you go. Torque is 435.8. Horsepower is 404.7. Maybe I'll advance the timing a little bit more, maybe. I'd like to get them 406, if I can. Actually, we're just 2 horsepower off. We're pretty good. You know what? Maybe I'll advance the timing a couple of degrees and we'll take a shot at it. Okay, here we go. Do you think we'll make that 406? I'm just gonna advance it just a bit. There we go. Okay, I got roughly 2 more degrees advance. Let's see if it goes up or down. Here we go. And you know what? I just thought of something. Wait a minute. I might have a half a liter too much oil. I'm not so sure, but that's what it looks like. Anyways, I'm gonna make a test now with the timing. I advance 2 degrees. And after that, we're gonna drain maybe a little bit of oil and make another test and see what we can do. But let's make a test now just by with the timing. Here we go. It's running lean. It's in the mid 13s, high 13s at full throttle. I'd like to bring it down to 12.9, 13, 13.1. So I'm gonna have to richen it up. I'm running a 750 carburetor. It might be a bit too big for it, but let's see what kind of CFMs this motor is taking. Here we go. Wow, all we need is a 650. Look at this. It's taking a 5,500 RPM. It's taking 589 CFMs. So maybe a 650 will do the job. You know what? Let's go with the 650. Let's see. You know, by putting 650, it might even run richer. Okay, let's change the carburetor. Ready? After all, this is what the purpose of a dyno is. You want to get the right, correct air-fuel ratio. You want to get the correct timing, the right size carburetor. That's what the client's paying for, and that's what we're here for. So this is 750, and I'm gonna pull out now a 650 HP. It won't take long. It'll just take me a few minutes. Here we go. You know, sometimes a carb could be too big, but if you go slightly smaller, especially for a street car, it's much better. So now I know what CFM it's taking. It's just under 600. We're gonna put on a 650. Here we go, a 650. That's done. Let's put the fuel pump on, check for fuel leaks. Here we go. Let's see if the screws are working. Watch this. You press this one. There we go. Let's check the rear one. We got fuel. Okay. Let's check the level. That's good. That's good. And we have a little leak here. Where's that coming from? Oops. Something is leaking here. Maybe just gotta tighten these screws a bit. There we go. Oh, I know what this is. All right, let's start it. Let's cool down the room. O2 sensor, water pump. 1, 2, 3. Let's try it out. Here we go. Back to the same thing. 405, 404.6, 404.9, 405. I'm off by 1 HP. Come on, Nick, you can do it. I want to just drain a little bit of oil. Let's go. I don't think I need much. The big splash in the pan hits the crank, and it, with all that weight at high RPM, it takes away horsepower because it adds weight to the crank. So I'm just gonna drain a little bit of oil because I think I've got too much in there. After all, you know, it's the initial break-in. We added zinc, we added oil, we primed it. So I'm just gonna drain a half a liter, that's all. Because according to the dipstick, we're about a half a liter too much. So I'm just gonna drain some, give me a few minutes, and we're gonna make another test back to back. There we go. It's gonna get hot when I pull this. Here we go. Egg, I want to burn myself. Let me see how much I took out. No, not enough yet. I think we got enough, let's see. Yeah, it's almost half a liter. I think it should be good there. Okay, we took out about half a liter. The only reason I'm draining some oil is because we just got too much oil in there. Don't forget, I did the initial break-in. A little bit of too much oil to break in a cam is no hurt, there's no damage happening. I've also installed zinc additive. So right here, we're on the F mark. Okay, so we're good. Let's go. Let me just wash my hands, they're oily. Let's get it started and make one more test. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Oil pressure looks good. Yes, yes, we did it. Ha, we did it. There it is. 409.9, 410. There it is. I knew it. Like, you know, too much oil robs horsepower. So anyways, we had too much oil. That's the reason why I took some out. And there you have it, you guys. 409 at 5,200 RPM, 409.9. I'll put the turbine on, check it one more time with a 650 CFM carb. We drained the oil. The oil level is still a bit too much, but doesn't matter. I'll leave it as it is. Oil pressure is good. Now let's check the air-fuel ratio. 12.7, 12.8. We're good. So this is the perfect carb for his setup, 650. You know, we're gonna put the turbine on. Let's make one more test. Here we go. Looks like we got it done. And it's gonna stay at 36, 37 degrees where I initially had it. Okay, here we go. So we met our goal of 1 horsepower per cubic inch and a little bit plus, which is great. So I'm gonna call in Charles to come in later on. Take a look what we've done. The engine runs smooth, oil pressure is good. The timing is pretty good where I have it set. Let's put this on here. There we go. Turbine is on. Everything works well. And here we go. Water on. Sensor on, cool down the room. And here we go. All right, I guess Charles is gonna be happy. We gained our 1 horsepower per cubic inch and a bit more, so we're good. So now we're just making our final test with the turbine. 650 is the carburetor to go with. Their fuel sure is good. 36 degrees max timing. So let's make one more test before I call him in. And here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We're just gonna bring the water temperature up a little, and we're ready. The response very good. I like to take it at 156. Doesn't matter, the engine's pretty warm already as it is. I cheated a little bit. I ran it at a cooler temperature, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. Just to let you guys know, we are running 94 Petro-Canada, 94 octane from Petro-Canada, and there we have it. 411.2. There it is. We'll leave it at that. And now just for fun, I'm just going to remove a plug. I want to measure the cylinder pressure. So we got a 411.2 horsepower. Let's go at the graph and take it from there. There it is. This is test number 7. I have no idea what car is going in. Maybe a Nova, maybe a Camaro, Chevelle. I have no idea. You know, with the small block Chevy, they've been in every type of vehicle from what I know in the past 30, 40 years. So let's go make a cylinder pressure test. Full throttle, warm engine. I'm just going to remove one plug and take a fast test. I'm curious to see what the cylinder pressure it has, because like I said earlier, I did not build this engine. So let's see what we got. I know I have to remove 8 spark plugs, but I'm just going to do with only one. And usually when you got all 8 out, you got usually 5 more PSI. Let's try this. You know, this bolt was missing earlier. This one here. And I had to put a bolt in here because it's open to the crankcase. And if you notice, when I revved it up, oil came out flying. So I put a bolt there, closed it off, and now no more oil leaks. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we've got. Not bad. We're almost at 175. Here we go. Let's do it again. Yeah, we're at 175, 180. So it is what it is. So we're pretty good. You could probably use a 91 octane fuel, which is pretty good. So he's all good. Yeah, it's all kinds of muscles here on Nick's Garage, not just Mopar. Anyways, now I'm going to call Charles in, get this done. Another one ready to go. And you guys, thanks for joining me here in the Dyno for some fun. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. This was a Chevy 400 and everything went well. There you guys have it. And thanks for watching here on Nick's Garage. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.